Greetings. Now in this video, I'm going to tie a dragonfly. Now this fly was a challenge to say the least. I don't know how many iterations I went through before I got a pattern I thought looked decent. The tail is made with a piece of heavy monofilament covered with thread. Just doing that took a while to figure out. The first wings I tried to use were Wally wings, and it got way too busy in the middle, and the wings were too stiff. I was afraid that if a panfish hits it, it'd knock it out of the way before they could get the hook in their mouth. So I need more pliable wings, so I went to grizzly hackles. Another challenge was getting those wings to stay in the position I wanted them in, and that's where God's gift to fly tires came through, UV cement. Got them in position, dab of UV, and held them there. The back leg area, I used straggle legs. And then in the middle area and towards the front, I used some CDC, which looks pretty good. I dyed the CDC blue. And then for the cape, I used some possum hair, also dyed blue, and beads on a short piece of monofilament for the eyes. I think it's a good looking fly. It's a little challenging to tie, but with a little patience, no problem. So anyway, here we go. We're going to tie a dragonfly. I think the bass will tear it up. Not sure about bluegill. Okay. We are going to tie a dragonfly. Using 140 thread. Okay, first thing we're going to do is put the tail on. Now I cut a piece of monofilament, I think it's like 15-pound test, and melted the tip so it's a little ball on it. Keep things from sliding off the end. Now I want this tail to be about 1.5 hook shanks long. Maybe even a hair longer. Tie that monofilament right on top. Okay. Okay, now be some pressure on that tail, so I'm going to take some UV. Coat that. That way it'll won't slide on me. Got it. Now don't worry about that slight bow in the tail. We're done working on it. Okay. Next I'm just going to take a piece of yellow thread. The yellow won't really show up, but we're gonna probably need it to hold her tail. In place while we work it. Okay. Next I'm going to reverse the hook in the vise. Something like that. And we just Basically, I'm just gonna lash that yellow to the tail. Something like that. Now, my thread a little bit loose. And I can hold the yellow to hold it straight. And I bring the blue thread back. Okay. Okay, next, I'm just gonna if I can get it. Just gonna wrap this yellow forward. Okay. Okay, now make sure that tail holds together. Take some more UV. And we're just gonna coat it. Like that. Okay. Now with that yellow in there, it kind of makes a greenish blue tail. I'm going to turn our hook back around. Okay. Put up this transition a little. Okay, next, I've got some of this, I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe possum, looks like, that I dyed blue. And I'm gonna grab a pretty good bunch of it. Now as I pull out this stuff, I'm saving it. Make good blue dubbing. All that under hair out of there as best I can. Okay. I'm going to take and tie that right on top. More dubbing. Got it. Okay. Next, I'm just going to take a piece of green straggle legs. Tie that on. Okay. And we'll come up to the front. And I made some eyes, just blue beads with a piece of monofilament, melted the two ends, put a little UV on them to hold them together. And tie them on. Quite a ways back from the eye. Several cross ties. Hold them in place. Okay. Now I've taken 4 grizzly hackles, cut them all to length. I'm going to make the wings. Basically, start with the first one. Get it in about the spot I want. Take a second wing. Do the same thing. Get it about where I want. Now, before I go farther with the 2 front wings, I found it's hard to hold these suckers in place. So, take a drop of UV. Dab it on there. That'll hold those wings in position. Okay. We're going to do the same thing with the front wings. You notice I just trimmed these feathers back a little bit. Left some barbels sticking on there. It helps them grip and hold. It's not too bad. Okay. Probably the trickiest part of the fly is getting those wings just the way you want them. Now, for the same reason, put another drop of UV. Hold those wings in place. Okay, now I'm going to do a little maintenance because we got several stragglers sticking up. And at this point, I'm also going to trim these wings to the length I want. Okay. Okay, next, I'm going to bring my straggle string forward. Tie that off. Trim it off. Okay. Don't look too bad. Okay, now I'm going to make a dubbing loop. I'm going to thread on forward. Use my Swiss dubbing tool. Now, I dyed some CDC blue. Looks pretty cool. And put some of that in my clamp. Okay, get that in there. We'll spin that up. Okay. I'm just gonna bring that CDC forward. And tie her off. Okay. Bring my thread back. Now I'm going to grab all this hair. Just roll it forward. Couple wraps there. Couple wraps there. And a couple wraps in the very front. Trim that hair off. Tie that down. Now I'm going to do mostly to build the head up. Just several cross wraps around those eyes, bunch behind it, and just give us a bright blue head. Okay, I'm going to whip finish.
course, I caught some stragglers. Get rid of them. Get our wings back where they were. And finally, I got some. There we go. Finally, I'm just going to take a drop of UV. Put that right on the head. Okay, and just a little bit of maintenance on the CDC. Some of it's a little on the long side. I think it just about has it. There you have it. Dragonfly. I don't know about the bluegill, but I think the bass will tear this thing up. Thanks for watching.